ago, in the ancient kingdom of Be, there reigned a powerful monarch named King Ak. He became the 26th ruler of the Ben dynasty, inheriting a title passed down through generations. However, years before Ak's ascension, the wise Oba Are had foretold that the kingdom of Be would face difficult times. This prophecy came to fruition during King Ak's reign. Following his coronation, King Ak married a beautiful woman named Aden. Eden, in her mid-20s, hailed from Oka village, now located along Upper Suuma Road in what is today known as Be City. She was known not only for her beauty, but also for her humility and loving nature. King Ak, though young and striking in appearance, struggled with the complexities of governance. This lack of experience made the early years of his reign a time of turbulence for the kingdom. The crown was passed to Ak after his father, Akinzama, declined the title of Oba, feeling that he was too old to handle the responsibilities of ruling. As a result, Ak ascended the throne as Oba. However, during his reign, the people of his kingdom grew increasingly unhappy. Ak was not a kind ruler. Instead, he was harsh, rude, and tyrannical in his approach to governance. The situation worsened when his mother, Queen Mother Bonza, passed away. Rather than holding a somber and respectful funeral, Oba Ak organized a grand and extravagant ceremony to honor her. This act, along with his cold demeanor, enraged the people. To make matters worse, he ordered a mass sacrifice of lives during the funeral, a decision that further fueled the people's anger and deepened their resentment toward him. At Bono in Usalu, the community grew furious with King Ak due to his blatant disregard for human life. As his actions became increasingly intolerable, the elders and citizens of the kingdom decided they could no longer endure his excesses. They severed all ties with him, suspending palace meetings and halting all social services. This uprising extended beyond the people to the royal household, as all of Ak's wives, royal slaves, and palace attendants abandoned the palace, leaving it completely deserted. No longer respected as Oba, Ak was left in isolation, his grand palace now an empty shell. The only one who remained by his side was Queen Eden, who out of deep love and loyalty stayed with him through thick and thin. However, over time, life in the palace became unbearable for King Ak. Realizing he could no longer stay, he decided to leave and seek refuge in his mother's hometown. When King Ak arrived in Ioka, he was met with an unexpected and bitter surprise. Rather than receiving him with open arms, the people treated him with great disrespect. Instead of honoring his position as Oba, they ordered him to join the town's youths in clearing the roads leading to the community's well in preparation for the rainy season. The idea of a king being asked to perform such menial tasks deeply insulted Ak. He was furious and felt that his royal status had been gravely disrespected. In his anger, he cursed the town of Ioka before leaving. Heartbroken and humiliated, he returned to Benin, burdened by the weight of his experiences. During this troubling time, Queen Eden remained the only source of comfort and support for her husband, Oba Ak. Before we continue the story, I'd like to kindly ask my audience to take a moment to subscribe and like the channel. Your support helps us continue sharing these stories with you. As all his other wives had abandoned the palace, she became his closest companion, standing by him through the calamity. Determined to find a solution to her husband's plight, Queen Eden decided to consult the oracle, believing it held the key to ending their troubles. When she visited the oracle, she was told that there was indeed a way to resolve the Oba's misfortunes. However, the solution was grim. A human sacrifice was required to appease the gods. Only after this sacrifice, the oracle revealed, would peace and restoration return to Oba Ak's reign. The oracle had foretold that after the human sacrifice, peace would return to the great kingdom of Be, and balance would be restored. Upon learning this, Queen Eden rushed back to the palace to inform her beloved husband, Oba Ak, of the solution. However, the message from the diviner deeply troubled Oba Ak when Queen Eden revealed her willingness to sacrifice herself for the sake of the kingdom and to restore her husband's throne. With no one else left in the palace, neither free nor bonded, except for Queen Eden, the royal couple realized the grim reality. The possibility of finding someone else for the sacrifice was slim, leaving Queen Eden as the only option for this tragic solution. With no other person available, Queen Eden volunteered to be the sacrificial lamb required by the gods to restore the kingdom and her husband's royalty. When she suggested offering herself for the ultimate sacrifice, as demanded by the ancestors, Oba Ak was overcome with anguish. The thought of taking the life of his beloved wife, who had stood by him through thick and thin, filled him with dread, especially since she was innocent of any wrongdoing. However, Queen Eden, steadfast and resolute, urged her husband to spill her blood if it meant appeasing the ancestral spirits and ending the turmoil in the kingdom of Benin. She was determined to do whatever it took to restore peace. Seeing no other solution, Oba Ak, though heartbroken, reluctantly gave in to the pressure from his devoted queen, agreeing to let her be sacrificed to the gods. Eventually, the fateful decision was made. Oba Ak buried Queen Eden alive at a spot near the AR market in the heart of Benin metropolis. Before she offered herself as a sacrifice to the gods, Queen Eden made one final request to the king, that he keep her gravesite clean at all times. She also issued a stern warning: no one should ever tread on her grave, and anyone who did should be killed on the spot as a mark of respect for her memory. This may have been because Queen Eden had no children to carry on her legacy. Her wishes were faithfully honored until the bloody invasion by British forces in 1897. Queen Eden remains remembered as a woman of immense faith and loyalty, sacrificing her life to restore peace and unity to the kingdom. Her sacrifice allowed Oba Ak and the kingdom of Benin to thrive once again. After the burial, Oba Ak completed the rites, and the kingdom slowly returned to its former glory. After the sacrificial rituals were completed, several prominent chiefs of the kingdom called for reconciliation between the throne and its discontented subjects. Chiefs from across the kingdom of Benin began paying homage to Oba Ak once again, pledging their renewed loyalty to the grieving king. As peace, unity, and prosperity returned to the land, Queen Eden, who had sacrificed herself for this restoration, was no longer there to witness the outcome, an ultimate display of her love and devotion. One by one, the people of Benin came together in the same spirit, pledging their allegiance to Oba Ak's authority as their king. The entire kingdom was reconciled with the monarchy and remained loyal to their ruler until the end of his reign. Oba Ak went on to reign for 12 more years. To celebrate this newfound peace, the subjects gathered at the palace, rolling out drums and making the occasion a joyous and memorable one. Yet, amidst the celebration, they were moved to see their king, weeping profusely, overcome with emotion despite the kingdom's joy. Instead of sharing in the joy of the reunion, Oba Ak's visible sorrow prompted his subjects to ask why he was weeping. The king explained that his tears were in mourning for the sacrifice of his dear and beloved wife, Queen Eden. He went on to recount the hardships they both endured when the kingdom fell apart, and how everyone had deserted him, leaving only Queen Eden by his side. Her unwavering loyalty, love, and sacrifice ultimately led to her untimely death. Oba Ak shared with his subjects that Queen Eden was the only person, whether man or woman, who had demonstrated true love for both him and the kingdom. Reflecting on the events that transpired during his reign 500 years ago, Oba Ak emphasized the importance of Queen Eden's legacy and the pivotal role she played in ensuring the continued existence of the kingdom of Benin and its monarchy. And so, this is the story of Queen Eden, a tale of love, loyalty, and sacrifice. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted when I post more stories. Bye-bye.